Okay. So I was just giving a little introduction as to what it all is about. And as I said, and I'll just go down to this blue box, sorry. This is actually what we have up in Hessdalen, and this has been running for 25 years. So it takes pictures, and every night, if the system is working, it will put it to this old Hessdalen, and you see it's really old, made in the 25 years ago. And on this one, the alarm pictures is copied every morning from last night. And Erling, who has been on this project for 40 years, he will go through the pictures and see if there's anything of interest. So they were kind of lucky in 1999, and they got one recording that is kind of interesting. So I'll just show you this one. Here you see something that is definitely unidentified. So then they blame the programmers always because suddenly it disappears, and that's a programming error because it's supposed to keep it going, but it's like it takes 10 seconds or something, and then it says that's the event. But if it's still there, it didn't have the mechanism to do anymore. So I have um, on this blog on this programmer developer program where you have now signed up, joined this developer program. I have at the bottom here, I've explained a little bit what kind of technology I am trying to use for the web part. And now for me, it's like I want to work on the web technology. So the site, not this one, this is just a Google site, but the Hessdalen site, this one, is actually Next and React. So, but it's already kind of a little bit old, and I will comment on that. It has to do with the routing. Now there's a new way to do the routing called app routing, and I want to get into this. So website is for me interesting technology, and then we have um, SCU, which is the Scientific Coalition for UAP Studies. And they have created this nice database. So I've been into some presentations. So I would really like to know how to make a system where you can kind of surf around in the world and zoom in and see all these witness reports and click and get the details on the right side, and on the left side you can then filter what kind of events you are looking for and see it on the map. So this is also something that they want to have help, and we can join them in this process. There's also in this kind of the database part, because we may just make a database, and then we can have the interesting part of like how do we put it into their system, do the import export, and so on. Then yeah, uh, we have the German system from the University of Würzburg, and they have made a system using AI. So they have a model, so they are training AI, and that is also very interesting in these days. So they're going to put that up in a few months. They've said next week, but no, I think it's going to be a few months because there's too much snow to do anything. And one of the guys on Discord, or actually a couple, is from Sky 360. And they have this developer meeting on a regular basis. So if you search up Sky 360, you can see what they have put out on YouTube. So that is what actually inspired me. So you can follow along or you can join them. So if this is what you are really interested in, what they are doing is quite interesting. Quite interesting. This is real-time programming. He was just showing me the other day that they store it in the cache in the memory and then do handling of it before they find out if there is an event or whatever. So, and I think that this dome system now is working pretty good. Let's go to their site and see, because they have these. Let me see. Oops, let me go down a little bit. Yeah, this is the view that they have. They have like the whole sky, and then they can see if anything is happening here. Let's see. Yes, there is. Let's see. Yeah, there's maybe that's just an airplane, but they can trigger it, and that's it. So that's what I have of like interesting projects. I think there's a lot that can be done, but for me, I'm normally at work. I'm working with React, but I don't have the time to kind of get properly into the new stuff like Next and GraphQL and headless CMS and Tailwind and Stylex. So all of this is things that I am gonna spend time on learning all by myself. So I thought, why not just invite people? Can I ask you a little bit? Just take a little round and ask again. Start with Germany again. Is there any of this that kind of interested you?
So with the web stuff, I don't have so much knowledge, I have to say. So I did websites last time like 20 years ago with plain HTML. So I have the feeling I cannot really contribute here. I'm a little more on the hardware side.
Yeah.
So privately and also in my job, I do a lot of programming in C++, for example, reading out sensors or measurement devices, or like I said, cameras. So everything which has to do with camera readout, for example, this is of my interest, or maybe even also other sensors. I don't know. Do we also have like magnometric sensors and stuff everywhere? Exactly. So reading out these, for example, this is my interest, let's say.
Yes, yes. I should show you the map that Magnus have made. This is just from another presentation. I'm just trying to find the picture. And let me see. He has this. If you can see this one, let me make it bigger. So this is Magnus and his stream that we have a camera and we have event handling. So and then we managed to get this to be recorded and then put on the cloud somewhere. So
yes, yes.
And this is also something that I think you have to get in contact with Sky 360, and I'll give you some names. Because this is where they are, and it's very interesting what they are working on. Yeah. So, Ali and your colleague, you are more on the getting to know React and Next and web. Is that correct?
This year we worked with React,
Yeah.
yes, React and JavaScript. So we worked. It's interesting for me also for my.
Okay. Have you tested the backend, the server side, like Next?
Yeah. One more time, please.
Have you also used the server side, Next as a server
database
side?
or database or backend
No,
approach.
no,
Yeah.
not the database, but the because now you have React as a front end, as a client system, and you have Next as this back end,
Yes.
and then you have the databases. So How about GraphQL and REST interfaces? Have you been playing around with that?
No.
Okay.
Microsoft database or MySQL.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So then we are going to be touching into stuff that is kind of
Yes.
interesting after all. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I hope so. Silja, what is your interest in programming? You want to see what's going on?
Yes, I'm super interested in the Heston project and have been since I was a child. So I would really love to contribute in some way. I am a software developer. I currently work in a medtech company with DNA analysis, actually.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of different,
Yeah.
but it would be fun to do something that is not what I'm doing at work too.
True. Yeah.
And I also have some experience with React, not too much, but some experience with it.
Yeah.
And I also have a lot of experience with Vue, which can kind of like be transferred, I'd say, to the React framework.
Yes, definitely. I'm planning on, and maybe you have seen that. Let's go back to my developer and on this guide. So as you saw, I have my click again, so it works. Yes, I have kind of just started now. So I just want to go through kind of the first 3 steps, like how do you start it to get the development environment up and running. And then next time I'm going to have a presentation. It's going to be about more into the code, React and Next. But if you haven't seen it, I have this started. So can I just quickly ask you, have any of you seen this recording about started?
No, not yet. Sorry.
No worries. Silja, have you seen it?
No.
No.
Where
Okay.
can I find it under guides? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's on the guide. So on the developer, and I have this 1, 2, 3, started, build it, deploy it. So last time, I just wanted to show you how you kind of set up the development environment. And what I think is so cool these days is that you can basically use your browser even to do programming. You don't need to install anything. You can just use the GitHub code spaces. So I'm talking about that. So if web development is kind of new to you, it's kind of, for me it was also kind of an eye opener that I can just go to GitHub, and instead of just kind of installing the code locally, I clone the code. That's the normal way to do it. You can actually have a space here, and then you can open up. And let me just do that. Open in the browser and let it work. Open up your development environment. So I'm talking a little bit about this in this recording because everyone is using Visual Studio Code, and even when you're now in this browser, it's Visual Studio Code. Okay, so the thing is that this now has already started up a development environment in my browser. That's cool, but more than that, because I have already installed all the dependencies. So you see these node modules are already downloaded, because last time I had this, that was done automatically. And then I just kind of stopped the machine. So the machine is still there. So it only takes up space on the disk. And then when I went in now, it didn't have to go through this. So if I want to run this little system now, I can just npm run dev. And the nice thing is that it's actually starting up Node in the cloud, and Node is the runtime environment. And that's it. You're ready to do programming. You can go into the code here and play around. That's it. The world has really changed. So, okay, so that is here, and I put some notes as like, see if you are able to do this and that. So my notes is just simple, like see if you can then make sure you have an account on GitHub, Vercel, NPM. Make sure that you can install or use the Visual Studio Code node. Clone this template. And then if you follow my instructions on this one, you can see that you can open it in your browser, you can open it in Visual Studio Code, and so on. So these are kind of like just tests. And I've also kind of started up. The first thing I want to do when you're doing web development is that now React is all about the UI. How do you make this UI components? Vue is also a beautiful system for making that. So I think it's a good idea to start with a design system. So I am suggesting that we go to the design system. This one is just the default. Let me see if it gets there. It's just a design system, and the whole purpose. And there's nothing there now because I want to go through the process of kind of discussing it and defining it. But at work, we are using EDS, which is the Equinor.com system. Equinor is my customer, but you find so many of them, and they have a storybook, and I can go and say that I need some. Let's see. I need some sidebar. So this will show you how you can make a collapsible, expandable sidebar, and you can just go and steal the code, and you're up and running. So when you want to have the building blocks, then you can make the building blocks first, and then you use them in the code. So maybe I should ask Ali, or you from Oslo, have you been playing with Storybook? Have you had any experience with that?
Hello.
Yeah.
We weren't playing with Storybook. I have just seen no.
Yeah. So that's
it didn't work. We didn't work.
Okay. So that's my goal first, to kind of make sure that I can use the Storybook. And that is also like, if you want to kind of get into React programming, that's a nice way, because you don't have the big application. You just have to focus on one little area. That's it. So I'm trying to kind of see if I can move people from like this get into the web part first, and because there are all these technologies that you need to know, and then the job itself will come as like I need the web page to be developed, I need the database to be developed. Even let me go back to the site itself, and where's that now? Here, so on this one I have reports, and I just said we don't have a site yet. Have you seen a UFO? So we only take using email. So what I want to do is to go back to this one. I want to put it into a system here. So I actually just made a input system using form. I can show you that. Oh, on a new computer, everything is moved around. Huh. Where is it? Okay, let's go to the. Oh, and also I have to think about this one here. So So I made a simple form. This is in Norwegian, and this is just like we can put in observations. Is it seen by the eye using a camera? What year, what date, and so whatever. What's the longitude, latitude? So this will then end up in some spreadsheet. But of course, this is not the way it should be. It should be in a proper database, and this database should then be used to put it into the SCU database. So this is just an example. Sometimes I just want to go quick and dirty. So you see these are my tests, but I think on my list here I have I've tried to give some guidance. That's how you do it. What to do, who to do it. So how you fill out the form, and actually, if you're part of this project, and I can show you that on the not my drive, but on the shared drive, and now on the public. Then we have the UFO archive. So this one, if I go back to 1980, this is the year that so many things were observed, 1984. They have newspaper articles of what people have seen. So the job that I put out on the blog was that I need somebody to go through, not you, you're the programmers, you don't do this, but I need somebody else to go through this and read where, what, and put it into the database. Because all of these are missing from the database, but these are historical archives, what people have seen. So I want this to be part of the this database system that we can then filter and search. So let me get some questions from you. What would you like me to I'm planning to give kind of concrete requests as what to do. I'm just still in this 1, 2, 3. I just want to spend some time to get people into the system. Know that the recordings are here with notes and kind of like what to do. You can try this one and see if you are able to kind of get the development system, fork the repository, and build on it and create a pull request. So now I use some words in the GitHub world, and who is complaining? Who does not understand fork and pull request? Is that everybody knows that?
More or less, yeah. I'm not fluent, but I know.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, okay. And no comment from Oslo. Because if we're going to be working on it, I have to make sure that you have to do it the right way. See, so that's my intention to do like this first 1, 2, 3 step. Yeah. But any other questions? Where would you like this to go? You have I've got your information from Germany, so I think I will try to connect you more with Andreas and also on the Sky 360.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. But we need our system as it's described here. We need this to work, the anomaly detection and recording system. So it sounds like you have some experience with stuff that would be very interesting.
Yeah. Could you maybe say a few words about how the state of the system is right now? I've learned that the two cameras are recording and you're copying the images and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to get an idea, I think it's the old analog cameras, right?
Yes. It's
Just a few words,
Yes. There are one camera that we call the alarm camera, and that is 720 pixel. So, and it's during the night, it's only black and white. And that is the one that has been putting out these pictures every night, every morning. There are two pan tilt zoom cameras. Magnus has actually put out some cameras himself. So he has put up one UFO DAP system, and the UFO DAP is something you can buy. There's software, and it has tracking, and I can maybe show you on the YouTube if I can find that.
Do you know if it is running already? I've just listened very briefly in the January meeting, and he said it's quite a challenge to get it running.
Yeah, he's not happy with the quality of it.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. I'm getting confused with all my accounts here because I have. Let me see. I think it's here on this one. And if I make a new here, no, I still don't have that. Annoying. What does he call it again? He calls it and two more links. Do I have them here? No. Oh, I know where to go, of course. I should just go to the blog, to the front page, and down here a little bit. And this is the one I was thinking about, the this channel, Hessdalen UAP. And I think, let's go there. Videos. So he has some examples of how it is working. This is just to zoom in with an array. Okay. I think this is 2 months ago. He had this little
Fine detaljer, sterkt budskap. Han hadde ikke gjort seg noe særlig foran en vegg med
Yeah.
uten perfekt farge.
Plays video soon, it says, but
vakre vegger med perfekt finish.
Oh.
We've all been there. 20 seconds of commercial for a 20-second video.
Yes.
The good times when you could skip the ads.
Yeah. So I think this is the UFO DAP video that he had.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wanted to zoom in to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see what happens. Repeat, okay. Anyway, so status is that he has put out the UFO DAP. He's not happy about it because it still crashes from time to time. So maybe we just need more memory, better hardware. And we have been able to collect some money. I have a Ko-fi page, and we've got 25,000 from that. And we have a Norwegian Splace. That's also a way to collect money. We got 18,000 there. So we are in the process of trying to get some money. So we have some money. So we're going to buy more equipment and also more cameras. So we have those three: the alarm picture, alarm camera, those two pan tilt zoom, and we're going to put them on YouTube live. We have the camera. Actually, I think Magnus has put out three of these UFO DAP. This one is kind of interesting because what you do see at least is that it does react to heat. And this is by the river. And the reason he put it there is because some people have said that this light will follow the river down. And then when there's the bridge, it will actually go over the bridge and go down again and follow the river. So he put, I think, 2 cameras that is pretty close to the river. And that would mean that if he gets the phenomena on the camera, it's only like 50 meters away, 20 meters away. But all the others are like above the mountain or below the mountain, but it could be 1,000 meters or 5,000 meters away. So at least if anything passes by here, he's going to get it. That's good.
Very good idea.
Yeah.
May I ask how the pictures are getting away from the stations? Do you have internet everywhere, or how does it work?
Yeah. On this blue box, there is internet. The white box is not our box. That is another project. It's been there's something called a science camp that a colleague of Erling has been running. So he is in charge of that. And we would very much like to have some equipment up there, but apparently it cannot be on the white box, but it can be in the same area probably. But they only have solar panels, and they only turn them on. They only use the power when they need it. On this one, we have power and internet. And
Okay.
on the last board meeting, there was even 2 other places. So the blue box and the white box, or Skarvan, which is the mountaintop. And then there's something called the Black Lodge. That's a cabin, and they want to put something in that area. Maybe they have a radar. They just got a radar, and I think that is the worth of the radar is like 300,000. So that's a nice donation.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that might go on that Black Lodge. And then there's another position called Engvollen, I think it is. That's also kind of in the middle of the valley, and you don't have the very good view, but not too bad. But the thing is that they can make a smaller cabin, like a new blue box close to it, and get a little bit higher up, and they can get power. So there are plans for all of this. After all, they're working on it. So I'm optimistic. And as I said, the Würzburg University of Würzburg is coming with these 2 cameras. They will be put on the blue box because everything is there.
Yep.
They will have 2 cameras, but no triangulation.
Yes.
Because I think they use like a few meters in between them, and the reason is that they can then avoid
insects and stuff.
Insects and birds and stuff like that. That's it. Yeah. Oh, you got that at once. I didn't understand why only 2 meters.
Yeah, I've seen a presentation from the Würzburg people, I think 1 or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think back then they only had a plan to have like 2 cameras 2 meters away because to rule out the raindrops and insects and stuff like
Stuff
this.
like that, yes.
But of course, even back then they said, a bigger distance would be even better, maybe even a few kilometers, to be able to triangulate.
Yes. So this is, now you see the UFO DAP. This is how the system is working with the tracking. So it follows an object here. Sometimes it's in the circle, sometimes it's outside of the circle. And I think it could have been doing the zoom if it was set up to do that. But we will have to use that system because that's the only thing available for triangulation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And apart from that, we have to do it ourselves. The good thing about Sky 360 is that it's open source, so you can basically go and download it and install it, and it has the same kind of like multiple steps. Like first, it has the camera, and then it compares two pictures and see if there's any changes between them, and then it starts to see if there's any movement, and then it passes it on to some AI and so on. So it's like a step by step by step, and then you trigger an event.
Mm-hmm.
And what they have now is this system to see the entire screen, the entire sky. But as you see in this case, behind the um, blue box is a lot of trees. So
Yes.
we don't need that. And there's also another comment that is pretty. Everybody says like, but it's like flat like this. So you see everything on the horizon, up to the horizon, but we want below the horizon.
Yep.
But I think it's pretty simple. You just take this blue box and then you tilt it.
Yeah, should be possible, yes.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, the last time I have heard from Sky 360 was, I think, 1 or 2 months ago. They put an interview up on YouTube,
Yeah.
and they were asked, about the project status and where they're at, and if the system is ready, maybe even for purchase and stuff.
Mhm.
And to me, it sounded a little bit they have quite a way ahead of them. They explained that they don't want to have any donations from companies. They want to have it independent and open source, which is a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah.
But also they have to find people doing it for free, more or less.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they pointed out they want to do quite some sophisticated stuff, like the camera streams. They want to, I think, they process the raw camera streams, which is quite a lot of data.
Yes.
And to do it in real time, more or less, either you have to know your program very well, or you need a big computer to process it.
Mhm.
So it sounded it might take some time, but that's just my opinion and my understanding. Maybe they're further now, but it sounded it's not ready like in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, definitely not. I think you can add months to that actually. Yeah. And they are, as you say, they don't want to go out with anything before they are ready, but
Yeah.
and which is fine, but I feel I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah.
So no, so we do want, and let me see if I can get you that information. I had this one. We have Massimo, which is our scientific advisor. So he has laid out a plan, and that is actually on the web, on the main site, our main site. There's a link to his document. So he's kind of describing what he wants and why. These are just the pictures from the presentation. So one of the problems is, of course, camera is magic to me, but the problem when you have now you have a burnout, you just get like a blurry blob. So I think one of the things he's been talking about is that he wants to have like 5,000 frames per second, even maybe even higher, because then you can cut up the data and get more information. Now it's just like a one big blob.
You mean it's too bright and the camera is
Yeah.
oversaturating?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are difficulties like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if camera is your thing, then I better make sure that you join the camera meetings.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, as I told you, I have on my guides put up the first step. So nice if you just comment me anything. I also, how do I show that? trying to get to the Discord. Where's my Discord now? Here it is. See if we can put that on here. Okay. So that's one way you can reach me. Just put out a message here. Normally during the week, I am on this Let's Talk, which is also just a channel. So I try to hang out. So if you have any other more questions about anything, you just see if I'm there, or just give me a message. Nice if you put the message or the question out in the software channel, because then others can read it too. But I'm planning to make my next presentation soon. I think the agenda will be around React and Svelte. This is my start of this one. What is React? What's next? Why TypeScript? And then back into components and hooks and so on. State management and routers. If web programming is not your thing, then or if you kind of want to know what it is, I think this is a good step-by-step introduction. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Short question. Somewhere on the site, it was mentioned that the old website is running on a PC. It sounded like at somebody's home. But the new website, which you are planning, will be somewhere else with server?
I'm using. Well, there are. Maybe I'm not quite sure what I should answer first. But this old site, just to start with that one, I feel it's kind of too old, so I had to do something because it doesn't look nice. I made the problem with this one was that it was actually running on a private computer up in Hessdalen, and Hessdalen has this problem that they have power outs from time to time.
Okay.
And then they had to go and restart it, the good old manual way. So then we got a new team member that works in a nice company. Let me see here, Hessdalen, and this is the only ad I have. Ren Røros Digital. So they have IT services. So they have this nice, what do you call it? Lots of computers. So he just put it up there. So then we moved it from the valley to this place. Then this site itself is now hosted on Vercel, and it's interesting. People normally don't know much about Vercel. Let me see. Vercel is a way to host a system. So that's why I'm using this. Let's see if I can log in using my I think it's on my mail. Continue. Not that one. I know it's on my, maybe the GitHub. Normally I don't like to put in and now I am on the wrong one, so lost anyway. But here you see that you have like the option to have your hobby project, and that's for free. So if you want to create a new project, you have created a Vercel account, you can just go create project, and it will give you this template. So you can browse all the templates, but I'm suggesting just use this Next.js template. That's what I'm showing in this started video. And then it will ask you what do you want the repository to be called. So it will create the GitHub repository. It will create this project here, and that's it. Then you let me see. Then it will make it available on the web. So here you have reference back to the repository, and then you can go and visit this site. So this is just a silly one I've been playing with, and I only made one page to see if I could improve it. So this is my little attempt on making something that is responsive. So I want to, let me see, oops, where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, where did it go? Again, is it? Go for the UI, and I just wanted to, oh, I closed it properly. Yeah, so if I have a narrow screen, it will be one column, then it will be two columns, and then it will go to 4 columns. I just want to test out my responsiveness. So that's all, not much, because I want to see when I create my new site here that I'm using the proper responsiveness. This is also, it will also, I think, go to a 1 column, but I'm not happy with the way it's done. So I just want to have more control over it. That's it.
Well, I think the new website is looking quite fine. I mean, all the important information is there, so I was really happy. So
yeah. It's okay-ish, but you know, when you are a programmer, then you know that it's dirty programming. So, and even here, I have these hover effects, but I don't have any animation. I would like to have that. Again, and then I have things I need to do. I think a lot of these pages, if I click on the Teams, it's probably going to say page is not ready. Okay, so if we can get people on the project to work on the web as well, then maybe that's something that I could get some help to do.
okay.
Yeah, and it's like then it's not so dangerous because just see if you can help me with this page. That's it. It's not that much, and you will make a pull request anyway. So we'll just go here and see how it works out, and you'll have a page on Vercel, and we can test it out and see if it's working. And if it's okay, then we merge it to the master, right? That's also the nice thing about Vercel, that if you deploy it, when I put my new code out and I merge, then it will, and then if you put it to master, it will just automatically deploy and make it available. So you see here, like less than a minute, and it's out, available to the world. That's kind of cool. Let me see. So this is the project itself. And, oh, where did I put it now? Okay, that's what I wanted to do. So you can see this is 26 days ago, 20 days ago, and it also gives me some analytics, and I can see page views, last 7 days, last 3 months, and where in the world people are coming from. You see there's a lot from Norway, US. So you get all this basically for free. I'm paying for the Hessdalen site, but it's for you to play around with the hobby version is totally free, and all of this is working. So I love this system. And this first one recording here, the first one here will actually explain everything about that. Yeah. Any other questions? No.
Not right now, but
no.
maybe later.
Yes.
I will think of something.
You will think. Yeah, and as I said, just put it on the software channel. That's nice. And if you have been playing with React, I hope you also will enjoy kind of the process of going into the latest version of React, because when I made the site, I'm using the good old client side routing, and I know that now it's you make a React component or React page now. By default, it's going to be a server side, and yeah, and there is now something called the app router. So if this is new to you, then you will definitely pick up that information in this process.
Yeah.
What was it new to you?
Vue has kind of the similar structure, so not completely new, but a little bit new since it's React.
Yes, yeah. Vue has also a backend called Nuxt. Have you played around with Vue and Nuxt?
No.
No. So this is also the thing that mostly all these, I've been using Vue for 2.5 years. I love it. And actually, okay, I'm going to show you that. I have a page here about my React. I have a love-hate relationship with React because Vue is better, but there's not that much Vue out in the world. So if you want to have something, if you want to have work, you go for React. But then it all depends what you're going to do. If you start up a new project like I did 2.5 years ago, it's more than that now. Then we started with Vue, and but I'm going to comment on some of these thoughts in my next presentation. That will be recorded, so you don't have to be there when I have the presentation, but I hope the information is going to be valuable, at least for you. Yes. Okay. More questions, or are we going to say that's it? We've had an hour. I don't know how that happened, but suddenly the hour is gone.
Maybe another more technical question. How
Yes.
fast is the internet to the blue box?
They are upgrading that, so it will be a fast connection.
Okay.
They're going to get a very fast connection. That's the goal. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I don't have the numbers now, but yeah, that's the goal, to have a really good fast connection. And actually on Wednesday, I think it is. Let me see on my calendar. Once again, I'm on the wrong calendar, but yes. Yeah, never mind. On Wednesday, we have a monthly meeting with the team. Let me see. So, where did I put that? I probably closed it. Yeah, closed it. But if you want to, you are also welcome to join that meeting, to just listen in and see.
Okay, thanks.
So I'll put the link out in the. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. I'm going to turn off this one.